want to dive this week into the evidence of obstruction of justice that made up just a part of the dozens of charges that Donald Trump is facing in the handling of the classified documents scandal. What is most fascinating about this area of the investigation is how much work Donald Trump did to ensure that everyone knows every way that he tried to obstruct the attempt to get the documents back, but also that it appears to be one of his lawyers who has provided the vast majority of the information, which I don't know exactly why, but it makes it more delicious. Anyway, this is Evan Corcoran. You can see a shot of him here, and a great write-up, by the way, if you want to get more details from the New York Times on this. But some of these revelations are just amazing. It's like Donald Trump asked ChatGPT, what are all of the most obvious ways that you can try to obstruct an investigation? And then he just speed ran through the list. So he first says to Evan Corcoran, what happens if we just don't respond at all or don't play ball with them? That's what he says to Evan Corcoran in response to the subpoena in 2022 demanding that he return these classified documents. So pretending you didn't get the subpoena or just refusing to answer it is the first way that you obstruct an investigation. You literally don't comply with it. You can't do that, by the way. It's not like oh, sorry, I was just busy that day or I didn't hear you. That's not how it works. But that's the first way that he tried to obstruct this thing. Bear in mind, he's talking to a lawyer. Lawyers, of course, as we found out with Rudy Giuliani and some of other Trump's lawyers, face actual career ramifications if they take part in illegal acts. This is Donald Trump telling his lawyer, what if we break the law? Which is fun. But that statement that I read to you is also the least ridiculous part of this. So at one point, according to the notes, Mr. Trump expressed concern about Mr. Corcoran sorting through the materials in the boxes he had taken from the White House, even though he had brought Mr. Corcoran on specifically to handle the efforts to recover the material. He said, I don't want anybody looking through my boxes. I really don't. I don't want you looking through my boxes. So Evan Corcoran, who comes there to return to get the documents back, he says, I don't want you looking, which is the most suspicious thing you can say to the guy who's supposed to be recovering documents. Don't go near not that one especially. Stay out of the bathroom, stay out of the ballroom.
Stay out of the shower.
Super suspicious. There's two more levels of suspicious behavior. We'll get to those, but Francesca, what do you think?
My boxes, I really don't want you, okay, fine, you can touch my hair, touch it, yes. Look, I am wearing diapers, you can touch the diapers. You can touch my daughter, Ivanka, I want to. Like he just anything but his boxes. I love that this is all he has left. And it's just it's like the kid who had all of the Beanie Babies in school and being like, look at all the Beanie Babies, you can't touch a Beanie Baby. You're like, oh my God, nobody wants your Jesus, but they just want to show it off. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is are his lawyers not properly telling him hey, ooh, hang on, don't incriminate yourself or loop me into anything because I can actually legally not go with you down that path. I can defend you, I can represent you, but stop criming. Here's the thing about crimes. You need to stop them before I can defend you against the ones that are already coming down the pike. If it's just endless crimes, I'm never gonna get out ahead of this. And it's so funny, it's like imagine going out to dinner with Harvey Weinstein, or just being within loogie distance of any of Bill Cosby. It's this is Trump's lawyers. They don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. They want to make sure that they're not implicated in anything because the walls are closing in, and if they're not careful, they're going to be caught inside of those walls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The amazing thing about Evan Corcoran appearing to have provided so much of this information to the investigators is Donald Trump had what would seem to be a foolproof plan to maintain the loyalty of his lawyers. Step one was admit all of your crimes, and step two was refuse to pay them for their services. You would think that that's locked it up, but it didn't. So anyway, it gets worse. So why don't we just not play ball, which you can't do. I don't trust you looking through these things. Please don't look through my boxes when that's the whole reason that you're here. That's weird. Then, and Evan Corcoran, I don't know at this time, I don't think he knows it. He goes to his other lawyers and says, yeah, just take a bunch of those boxes out of there before he gets to them. So that's highly obstructive.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.